Hi, everyone. Welcome. So nice to be with you again. Let's open with prayer. Please join me. Knowing that the presence of Source is here right now, active, vibrant, embodying us with wise wisdom, guidance, clarity, sharing, and caring. And I'm so grateful for this time together in conversation. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Source. So nice to be here. My topic today is to go softer. How do we deal with the polarization and fear around COVID? And in my experience, this is a time of polarization, of two sides, and each blaming the other. And I saw an email on Facebook where a woman was saying, if my grandchildren get COVID, I'm going to blame the unvaccinated. So how do we stand balanced and centered, not making either side wrong, trusting that all are in their divine process? So for me, I go inward to Source. I see the child of God in every person, and I know each is in their divine process. We are all evolving in consciousness, and we're all evolving at different times, different rates. I don't judge anybody as wrong. I listen. Everybody needs a listener. I'm compassionate. And I allow everybody to have their own beliefs because they're all right. I learned in ministerial school, no one is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Everything is in divine, perfect order, and good is coming out of all of this. And I see it as an opportunity to send love and light to everyone. Everyone. I go softer. I just don't make anybody wrong. And that's working for me. I see some friends here actually in town, two lovely women, and they keep seeing bad in each other and blaming each other. And I really see when you push against something, at some point, if you keep pushing, something's going to break. And I sure don't want it to be me or my ankles. I don't want to push against anything because that repels. And so I see these two women pushing against each other. And in fact, one fell the other day in the plaza and broke her kneecap. And the other one was riding her bike and got hit by a car and had a dislocated shoulder. Sometimes we learn through hard struggles and pain, but I don't want anybody to have to. So, Jesus saw the child of God in each person. He didn't see a blind person as bad or wrong. And when he came upon a group of people that were going to stone a woman, well, he made the comment, he is who without sin cast the first stone. Because I don't know about you, but I unconsciously, I know at times have hurt people's feelings, not meaning to. I just didn't know they were 2 feet behind me while I'm walking with these people, commenting about something in their life. It wasn't meant to hurt them. It was a comment, but they heard it. So how can we not polarize? How can we come together? This is time of unity consciousness. I see in Afghanistan and the war, countries are coming together to help these people and get them out. I mean, we have some of the women from the robotic group from Afghanistan, intelligent women that Mexico has welcomed. I know the United States has welcomed so many people. How can we come together in COVID? I just keep going inward to Source, sending love and light and knowing high consciousness is happening. And I wonder how you ladies deal with this. What do you think? Who would like to share?
I like the word go softer because to me, what I'm seeing is that we don't have to change who we are. But if we go softer, we just soften our glance on something, it actually changes the way we see it. So going softer for me is I have to turn off the TV. they sensationalize everything. I mean, they say there are some good, honest TV news stations, but I still think that everything is a little tainted there. Maybe that's my cynical side. I just take what I can from it, the information, but not the emotion behind it, and the drama that it's trying to report. I do feel like you that there's a lot of polarization going on. That COVID has just accentuated it for us because of the isolation and all these other things happening, and everybody's mental health is in the hole. And so if we can, and I mean, we could sit here all day and talk about whether or not we should be vaccinated, but I don't know that I have your answers or you have my answers. So who am I to tell you what your answers are? If I can see God in you and just understand that you are doing the best that you can with what you have, and it's not my job to change you. My job is to plant the seed for you. I'm kind of in a different place with the vaccine stuff because we have custody of kids that can't be vaccinated yet. There's not a vaccine for them. So, I mean, it puts you in a whole different light. And I know that Linda and I share that when you're around people that can be harmed by this. And at first I was very, well, I'm going to wait and see. And definitely that's what I'm going to do. And I did my research and I started following it before any move was made. But then I also have another part of the family that they want to be out in the community and they want to be involved in it. So it's like weighing everybody's right to be themselves. And even though they're children, they still have the right to be themselves, and choose for themselves in some cases. So it can cause, if we allow it, it can cause separation. And there are things, like I said, like the television, the news that try to poke at us and get that emotion going. And if we can just stay in the information, stay informed for ourselves, keep those lenses soft on our eyes, and remember that we know we're true students. Everybody is a child of God. So let's start acting like it. People are, not necessarily acting in that way. So we're holding a candle lit for them and praying that everybody sees it with softer eyes. And so I appreciate this topic, definitely. It was a timely topic.
I'll go next. I was thinking about it when we had the political, everything politically was charged. And, you had one president going out and another one coming in and the group of people not accepting that was real. And it seemed like it started there, that people were disagreeing and really passionately disagreeing. And I found that on my Facebook that, people were arguing and just nasty stuff. And I feel like, and then we got hit with COVID and we're all suffering in some way because of it. We live in a sense of fear because of it. And it's changed all of our lives, from waiting in the grocery store to waiting to get served at a restaurant. It's just, nothing is the same. But I've decided that I'm this close to going off Facebook, because I see that same hatred, that same I'm right and you're wrong, and that's it for our friendship. So I think that we got in a spiral of disagreeing, and then hate came from that, and it's just continuing on through whether you vaccinate or not. That's my take on it.
I'll go. Rev Deb, you said in an earlier time that we shared together something about being very accepting of people who were not getting vaccinated. And it brought up a lot of feeling for me, and yay, because that's always a time to kind of reflect. I have grandchild. It's funny you talked about a grandchild who's very high risk. She has 2 autoimmune diseases, severe, and with or without the shot, they don't stick on her, because when she loses her immune system, if she has a flare up of one or the other, then any vaccine she's had, any of them are completely out of her system. Her immune system is too low. So she's had vaccines, and she's protected against all the things you can be protected against until she's not. And she ended up at the age of 7 years old in the hospital because her body quit making blood, and she had to have a whole blood transfusion. So when I see people walking around without their masks on and refusing to get their shots, there's a part of me that feels like, you're a threat to my grandchild. You are a direct and absolute threat to my grandchild. Is that true? I don't believe there's anybody in the world that says, wow, I really want to mess with Linda's life. I'm not going to get a shot to see if I can infect one of her grandchildren. I am pretty important, but I seriously don't believe anybody does that. But I find myself reacting from that place. I'm a protector, and I want to protect. And then, wearing a mask or not wearing a mask, I did not mind wearing a mask at all, not because I was afraid of COVID. I'm healthy, and even if I got it, chances are I wouldn't even know it. It would just be a cold. But wearing a mask was my way of telling the world, I care about you. I will protect you. I will do my very best to keep you safe. And the protective nature in me, that really resonated. So when people were walking around without masks, I was feeling insulted. I'm doing this for you and you're not doing it for me. I was personalizing, again, stuff that had nothing to do with me. So that's kind of the mindset I was in when you made your comment. Well, some do, some don't. And it's like, how can you be so calm? And I've really had time to think about that and to kind of look at where I am. Honestly, I feel like my family environment kind of forced me into a situation where I needed to get the vaccine. If my granddaughter or anyone I was in contact with got infected, even if it was your grandchild or your mom, if I'd been around you and turned out positive, I wouldn't want to live with the idea that I may have infected them. So I went and got my vaccines. And now, I just wasn't prepared for the overwhelming sense of relief. Once I was vaccinated, I wasn't nearly as worried about contacting it and carrying it to someone else. I felt pretty well protected. I felt pretty good and didn't even realize I was carrying that worry around to the extent that it was. It just feels so good to be vaccinated. And now that I'm fully vaccinated, I care less and less about whether other people are or other people aren't, and letting them have their own decision, their own process. I don't bite. I don't react to it as much. And the question is, how do you go softer? Tell you what, ladies, for me, it was cleaning up my side of the street, looking at why I bit and why I was so reactive. What is it in me? And, we're talking about presidents coming in, going out, promises made. Where did the disease come from? How did we cure this in so many days when we still haven't got a vaccine against that? And there's so much distrust and so much mistrust. And honestly, we're flooded with misinformation, and it's presented to us as verified facts, and we know it. And it's like, how do we know what to believe and what not to believe? And just like Becky said, I don't think we're supposed to know what to believe. I believe that everyone is right, and that this is a part of the road that we're on, the journey that we take to get forward to the consciousness that we're coming to, learning to recognize that none of us are 100% sure of the facts, regardless of the sources that we go to, and knowing in myself the uncertainty. Why wouldn't I accept that in you? You know, whatever decision you come up with, I honor you for that. And I wasn't able to before. And it was a panel just like this that opened the door for me to become introspective. I can see very easily how I would be on the other side of the coin and not vaccinated at all if it wasn't so personal to me. I could see myself doing that if my life was different. So how dare I stand up and say, you're wrong? You know, there's something wrong with you. Or this one, and I know I'm the only one, right? You're a threat to my family. You're attacking my family. God is in all things, and God is here and a part of it. And just knowing that Christ is expressing through you, and this is a part of the chemicalization that we go through in learning to love each other above and beyond any of the propaganda or the stuff that's forced down our throat. We need to see past the world outside to the Christ inside. And for me, thanks to you ladies, that's what I'm learning, is to behold the Christ within, beyond all of the stuff that's on the outside. So that's what I've come up with.
Thank you so much for sharing. That was beautiful. Becky, will you do a closing meditation for us?
Certainly. I had a thought though when Linda was talking though. I'm like in Linda's spot. I feel like I was almost kind of pushed into getting vaccinated. I was celebrating with everybody else that they were getting it. I was happy that they were getting it because that was their choice. I was holding off. I held off for a long time because I really felt like it was my choice. And I can tell you, even in very spiritual places, wearing my mask and someone comes up and says, can I give you a hug? And I say, I'm not vaccinated. They go, you know what I mean? Not everybody, but, and at first I took that personal because I was like, whoa, but if I'm not vaccinated, that doesn't mean I'm a threat to you if you've got a vaccine. If you got the shot, I can't threaten you. You know what I mean? I kind of felt like I was, I don't know, I was on definitely like Linda on the other side of that story. So now that I am vaccinated, and just like Linda, it's just like who, you know, it's a choice. I made the choice for my family. And that's the reason I made it, because I feel very healthy. I don't feel like I was at risk at all, literally at all, because we have been in seclusion and we watch where we go. We follow all the rules, you know, we wear masks still, even though more than half the family is vaccinated, we wear masks because it's that I'm protecting you and protecting us. It's that, you know, giving everybody the right to choose. So yeah, it is. When you said that, it just kind of bubbled up back in me again. So I will get off my soapbox. And if nobody else has anything, then I will go ahead and go into prayer. Okay. Let's take a breath in with all of this information. And let's relax in this moment. As you breathe in and out, realize that God is in it all. We know that God is in it all. Our health, our wellness, our families, our community are all under God's guidance and care. And we breathe in and release, knowing that God is there for us in every way. We are wholeness, we are happy, we are healthy, and we are all one. Taking that in and realizing that everybody has their own choices. We can go softer. We can refocus our attention just a little bit and allow that gentleness and that love to radiate from us, that acceptance to radiate through us and out into the world, and to be that light for other people to go softer as well. We name this and we claim this as our God-given right, our oneness with the Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. We're so glad that you're here. Leave a comment, subscribe. We're getting more subscribers. We're super excited. Let us know if you want to join us. We love to have different people, different topics, and be sure to stay tuned tomorrow for something new. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us, and let's stay connected and grow in spirit. We are on Facebook. Search for Unity Church of El Cajon and follow us and like our posts. You can reach us on YouTube at Unity Church of El Cajon. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and leave comments which can help us improve. We are on the web at unityofelcajon.org. Email or call our church office to receive our weekly newsletters, which lists all of our activities and opportunities to learn and grow together.